What's going on, you guys? This is Aaron from Departures Capital Analysis, and welcome to Wednesday's analysis video. So in this video, we're taking a look at an interesting silver exploration company called Zacatecas Silver. Now, we have had the pleasure of interviewing their CEO, Brian Sazarchuk, for this project, also a few of his other projects, Tourmaline Metals, Fosterville South. Obviously, as we know right now, the gold and silver sector, just the commodity sector in general, is feeling it. I would say more so precious metal sector is feeling it pretty badly right now. We have seen a pullback, bit of a consolidation period, but the metals, at least gold and silver, just can't seem to get going. So we're going to be taking a look at the metals. Of course, this video is going to focus specifically on Zacatecas Silver. And I wanted to take a look at this company because it has been one of the top performing silver stocks recently. Like, it's more than doubled since its lows not too long ago. So I wanted to take a look, see what's going on, and go a little bit more in depth when it comes to the company. We've got their financials that we're going to examine. So there's been tons of volatility in the market recently, though, as you guys know, and we'll have plenty more things to talk about on the way for your market minute for Departures Capital. But let's zoom in here on Zacatecas Silver. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for getting me to 200 subscribers. If you do enjoy these types of videos, kindly smash that like button. It means the world to me, helps my videos so very much, along with hitting that subscribe button and the bell for notifications on future videos. And drop me a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on the company, on the gold and silver sector. It's been a while since we've covered it. We have put a lot of emphasis recently on crypto and DeFi, but haven't forgot about gold and silver, so let's get into it, guys. The first two things I wanted to quickly analyze were actually the price of gold and the price of silver. So as we can see here, the last month has been pretty brutal for gold. It sold off again, and then it's started to consolidate just below 1800, so close the day 1777. In terms of 6-month chart, we basically bounced in and around that level for the longest time, trying to break through 1800 and just couldn't do it. And then on the yearly chart, I mean, we did hit lows of below 1700 and we're up on that. But as we can see, there have been multiple times where gold has tried to break above 1800 and sustain that move, and it just can't seem to get there. 1800 to 1850, it always ends up getting slammed back down. Now, let's take a look at silver. Very similar picture, although silver in this situation, at least for this past month, the charts look even more bearish. You know, it's been on a steady decline. Now, over the last 6 months, zooming in here, silver did have a nice run all the way up to above $25 per ounce. So it's retesting those recent 6-month lows put in back in September of around $22 per ounce. So we'll see if it holds. And on the yearly chart, it doesn't look good. I mean, that we're seeing lower lows here, and it looks like silver, you know, it's testing a very key level. These charts are, you know, maybe not the greatest in terms of technical charts, but we're just looking for the gist of it. We're not looking to pinpoint in this video the technical support and resistance levels. But right now, it looks like silver is once again testing a key level of support, you could say, a double bottom. We got all the way down to 21.45 back there in September. So we'll see what happens, guys. I hope that silver holds and bounces off of this. But so far, you know, it's hard to say. But on the other hand, let's take a look at Zacatecas Silver. So now we're going to get into the video when it comes to, you know, analyzing Zacatecas Silver. So Zacatecas Silver has a 52-week range of 52 cents all the way up to $1.89 per share. So that was put in. I mean, this stock has traded for quite some time now, and actually IPO'd back in April by the looks of it. But like I said, it got up to $1.89, and we did see lows recently of around 50 cents, and that was, you know, less than 3 months ago. So since then, it's rallied all the way up to highs of recently $1.25. So it's getting me interested. You know, I do have an interest in the company. And with a market cap of $50 million, it's an interesting one to take a look at. So we're going to dive into their website. They did put out some news recently, some pretty good news. We're going to take a look at their website, go over the investor presentation, recent news, and financials to get an idea of what the company's up to financially, the recent results that they put out. So the world's best address for high-grade silver. So the most recent press release, Zacatecas reports its initial inferred mineral resource estimate of 16.4 million silver equivalent ounces at 187 grams per ton at the Panuco deposit, including a zone of 5.1 million silver equivalent ounces at 235.25 grams per ton. So 16.4 million ounces in the ground. You can do the math. Let's touch on some of the key points. So commanding strategic land position in the Fresnillo Belt, Zacatecas, Mexico, comprising 6,826 hectares. Fresnillo silver trend has produced over 6.2 billion ounces of silver, greater than 10% of the historical world production. Contiguous with Pan American Silver and surrounded by Mag Silver, Pinol's Capstone Mining and Endeavor Silver, 25 kilometers southeast of the world-renowned Fresnillo mine. That's Pinol's. Tight share structure and compelling valuation targeting high-impact bonanza-grade exploration drill program, following up on previously drilled bonanza grades such as 0.4 meters of 2,500 grams per ton, plus 3.7 grams per ton gold, and 2.09 meters at 1,309 grams per ton. Historical inferred resource estimate of 19.4 million equivalent silver ounces at 153.2 grams per ton. So right before we get into the investor presentation, I want to talk quickly about the history of the Zacatecas area, because when it comes to a mining exploration company, you got to be comfortable with the country that they're in politically, mining jurisdiction, the area as well. And, history does play a role when it comes to mining. If it's a world-renowned area, like Red Lake, Ontario, certain areas in Mexico, Nevada, that is also very important because when there's big companies in the area, lots of investment in the area, it's reassuring from, if a new shareholder is looking at the company. So discovery of silver in the Zacatecas area occurred in 1546. By 1548, the Spaniards had begun production from 3 mines: the Albarra mine on the Veta Grande vein system, the San Verde mine, and Los Teos mine on the Malanoche vein system. By the late 1800s, silver from Zacatecas mining district accounted for 60% of the value of all Mexican exports, making it one of Mexico's wealthiest and largest districts of the area. 23.2 million kilograms of silver was produced from the Zacatecas mining district between 1548 and 1987. So that's a little bit of history, guys. Let's take a look now at the most recent press release. So Zacatecas Silver reports its initial inferred mineral resource estimate of 16.4 million silver equivalent ounces at 187 grams per ton. The Panuco Central Vein contains an inferred mineral resource of 2.1 million tons at 171 grams per ton. Silver equivalent for 11.3 million ounces. High-grade Panuco North Vein contains an inferred mineral resource of 0.7 million tons. So there is 2.8 million tons referred. Zacatecas is actively drilling Panuco deposit, targeting expansion along strike and at depth. Multiple recently announced drill results, including intercept returning 2.17 meters at 823 grams per ton on November 23rd, are not included in the mineral resource calculation and were generated outside the dimensions of the historical mineral resource. So there we go, guys. Panuco Central Vein, 10.3 million ounces. Panuco North Vein, 4.7 million ounces, for a total of 15.035 million ounces of silver. Not too much gold going on there. That is an update on their mineral resource estimate. So it's nice to get that. I would like to now go through their investor presentation, then the financials, and give my opinion finally on the company. So there they are in Zacatecas. Now that we have their updated resource estimate, we have a better idea of what the company actually has in the ground, and they will continue to drill and hopefully expand on that resource. I also wanted to talk about their president, CEO, and director, Brian Slazarchuk. Mr. Slazarchuk is the founder and president of rapidly growing gold producer K92 Mining, a company he co-founded and where he was a member of the board of directors and audit committee from inception through to cash flow positive mining operations and the declaration of commercial production. K92 has approximately 1,000 employees and contractors and is based in Papua New Guinea. The company has recently been added for inclusion to the TSX Composite Index, is a 2020 Best 50 on the OTCQX, and a 2020 TSX Venture 50 based on outstanding performance for shareholders over the past year. So it was a very successful company. Mr. Slazarchuk has structured finance and operated several private and publicly traded mining and exploration companies, and has also advised multiple governments and mining industry advocacy groups on formation of mining and investment policy. An early mover in understanding themes related to electrification and the corresponding impact on metals markets. He is a past TEDx and Carbon War Room speaker. So Brian's an awesome guy, and he is the CEO, president, and director of Zacatecas. So having a proven and experienced management team, especially the CEO, is very important, and it's reassuring. Now you can also take a look at the board. Chris Wilson, John Lewis. I think it's very important that they state right off the bat who is the management team and their expertise. So we've touched briefly on the history of Zacatecas. Here we can see the area. So Zacatecas silver. We've got the white, Pan American, Santa Cruz. It's a very prolific mining jurisdiction. So let's talk about drilling. So drilling has started, and we have completed the first hole of a 10,000 meter angled diamond drill program at Panuco. We're quickly going to touch on share structure. So 52.8 million common shares, incentive options of 4.5 million, cash of 5 million. We'll check their balance sheet, or we're going to, read their financials just right after this. Fully diluted shares of 57.3 million, fully diluted cash of 7.25 million. So this is very important. Management and employee ownership of approximately 35%, in addition to shares owned by other large investors, including Mr. Eric Sprott. So that is good to know. Now let's quickly take a look at their financial statements, which are very important. So we are comparing December 31st, 2020 to September 30th, 2021. So these are the most recent financials. December 31st, 2020, current assets of 9.4 million with total assets of 12.0 million. September 30th, 2021, current cash 4.2 million. Keep in mind they had cash of 796,000 back then, 2020. But they did have an $8.5 million restricted cash note 7 balance. So now they have 5 million cash and 7.7 million in total assets. So mineral property accounts for 2.5 million, and then equipment less than 50 grand. So in terms of liabilities, the subscription receipts, that was an $8.5 million liability to come to a total of $10.5 million total liabilities. Now, in terms of 2021, we've got only 337,000 right now in total liabilities, and that's accounts payable and accrued liabilities. So overall, the company has, a lot more, doesn't have more assets. It's got significantly less assets, but substantially less liabilities. As an exploration company that's not producing or generating cash flow, this all makes sense to me. So overall, it looks pretty good in terms of the balance sheet. Now we can quickly take a look at expenses. Expenses have increased substantially. Loss from operations from 2.7 to 5.8. That makes sense. They're now exploring, they're drilling, they're doing all of that. So loss and comprehensive loss for the period, 131,000. September 30th, 2020, September 30th, 2021. That's increased substantially, very much to be expected. Now, my only concern for this company would be when's the next time they're going to have to go to market and have to raise money. That would be my only concern. But right now, they still have a pretty decent cash position. They've got their mineral resource estimate. Hopefully, we can see the price of silver rally, because that would definitely affect this stock at this point, now that they've got their mineral resource out. So we kind of know what they've got in the ground. But right now, guys, it's an interesting company. I have confidence in Brian. That's why I like the company. It's a very prolific mining jurisdiction. Still some risks involved. I mean, like I said, would they need to raise money? When would they need to raise money? It doesn't look like they would need to do that for a while, but that would be one of my concerns as a prospective shareholder. And also just the volatility in the metals market. If we get a run for gold and silver, I could see this thing really running. But it's hard to say where we go from here. It's been a tough environment for many gold and silver stocks. So we'll be keeping our eyes on it. We'll see if they've got more in the pipeline, more results coming. I'll try and get Brian back on for an update. But I look forward to covering this company and the sector. We will be getting back to gold and silver if, the market starts to stabilize, gold starts to run. But for now, guys, it's a hold and watch for me. We'll see what happens, and we'll keep you guys updated. But thank you so much for watching the video. I appreciate it, and we'll see you guys in our next video. If you like these videos, kindly hit that subscribe button and the bell for notifications. Drop us a comment down below. We'd love to hear from you. And finally, always remember, Departures Capital is for information, education, and entertainment purposes only. Don't buy or sell a stock because you heard it on here. Buy or sell a stock because you've done your research, you've done your thorough due diligence, and you're making your own personal investment decisions for yourself, this video is not financial advice. Furthermore, this video may or may not have been sponsored by the companies that we've profiled within this video, and we may or may not own shares of any of the profiled companies in this video. If you want to know the full disclosure details, check the description down below along with thoroughly reading our disclaimer. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I look forward to seeing you in our next video.